everyone, welcome to the Hobbystreakers Season 2, Episode 19. I'm gonna cough. Liam today on 2008. Holy schmoly. Good job on passing 2000. That is quite incredible. Myself on 837. What are we talking about? We're talking about the Hobby Streak, which is doing 30 minutes of hobby every day for the longest streak possible. Your goal is now 2008. Jeez, yeah. So quite impressive. The hats and so
Kneel before me,
pretty
my subject.
pretty impressive. Yeah. So how's it been? What are you doing? You went to I saw you went to some Warhammer stuff.
I've been a very busy boy over the last few weeks, so
Cool.
I'll do that bit first.
Yes.
While we're naturally on that topic.
Tell us what
over the last 3 weeks, I kit bashed a new Lord Imperator. He will be going with me to a narrative Age of Sigmar event in July. So, excuse me. The Lord Imperator, as he currently exists in the game, gives you a bonus to deep striking in your Stormcast guys if you take the Signs of the Storm faction, or it's not even a faction; it's a sub-allegiance. But it doesn't do anything for the Stormkeep guys, which is what I like to play. So I had a chat with the guys who are running this narrative event, and I went, right, can I just do this? Because the Stormkeep elite, sub-allegiance it gives you all sorts of bonuses and stuff when you're on objectives, and they don't normally run objective-based missions because they're a narrative event. Their stuff is more involved around furthering the overall narrative of the event. So I agreed that with the guys who run that. They went, yeah, that looks fine. That's an interesting way to do it. So then bashed up the model. So he's normally pointing with a baton in one hand, and he's got a hammer in his lower hand on his... which way around is he? Baton in the right hand, hammer in the left. So I cut those hands off, and I went rummaging through my giant Stormcast bits box, and I found a spare Vindictor shield to give him. So that went in his offhand. And I got the flaming sword for the Knight Draconis, which would have been an alternative build on the Stormcast Stormdrake Guard that I recently finished painting up. And I gave him that sword. So he's got he's pointing a giant flaming sword, and he's got a big shield.
Cool.
And I took that away to the Horus Heresy event that I was at the other week. Right. Got most of that painted in the hotel. Didn't get all of it painted in the hotel because I left some of my paints at home.
Yeah, that's the problem when you travel. You take as much as you can, and then you end up always forgetting one color, one paint, and you're like, oh, god damn it. I needed that one.
As I was packing, I went through, I was like, right, I need this paint, this paint, this paint, this paint, this paint, and this paint. And the paint I forgot I had out to put in my kit to take with me, I just didn't. So, cool, good job. Thanks, me. So yeah, I went to the event. travelled down on the Friday, did some hotel hobby, did 2 3,500 point games each of the 2 days.
Okay.
Went out for
How did
Chinese
you
with
do?
some of the guys on the Saturday,
How did you do on the?
which is nice. I lost all 4, but I must have done something right because I won favourite opponent for my side. So I've got a nice
Well, yeah, you're the favorite
trophy in a
opponent
box.
because you lost all of them.
3 out of the 4 people I played voted me as their favourite opponent from the weekend, so I will take that.
Cool. No, that's awesome.
What else did I do? Yeah, so I got back from that. I finished the chariot that I was painting in the previous episode.
Okay.
I finished painting the Lord Ark Imperator and his accompanying Grift Hound. He's got a little doggy that goes around with him, so I finished painting that up. And did some repairs from the event because now it is you take these
Get
you take things to events that you inevitably knock it wrong and it falls into a bazillion pieces. So
well, that sucks.
yeah, got all that repaired up. Excuse me. I built the Underworld's warbands, Zandir's Truth Seekers, that I got from Storebringer magazine.
Okay.
So I ordered some individual issues. Got that there on my desk right now. Need to get them primed. I've started some Desolators, so that's some Stormcast on dragons, foot dragons, basically. They're over there. I got them out of the way because I couldn't be bothered to do them today. Did a pin badge at Warhammer Fest. So one of the stalls they had at Warhammer Fest was for Koyo, Koyo,
Shit.
where they had some. You could queue up, get a plain Space Marine badge, sit down and paint that. So I made sure I got some painting done on day 2000, even if it was only a teeny tiny pin badge. But I'm pretty sure I spent about 20-25 minutes to half an hour painting that, so we'll keep it. The day after Warhammer Fest, I got out
Who was complaining? Who was complaining about Warhammer Fest that it wasn't that good this year?
Everyone. We'll
That
get
there
to that.
wasn't that. Yeah.
We'll get to that. That's a whole thing. I got all my Stormcast out. I did an army shot with them. Somebody asked me how many points it was, so I totaled it all up, and it's 15,575 points.
Damn. That's a lot of minis.
So
It's
for
so
those
bad,
of you
yeah,
who
so
don't
bad.
play Age of Sigmar, its standard game size is 2,000 points.
So yeah,
And apart from that,
you
I've been
have the choice when you get to play the game. You have a choice of whatever you want to take.
I've been building and priming
Have you ever
today.
done? Have you ever done a game where you use like 10,000 points or something like that?
It's on the cards.
Because that's like a 10, 12 hours game at least.
Yeah.
If not more. It's a couple of days probably.
Yeah, it's something I want to do at some point. Something a couple of guys down the club want to do at some point as well. We just need to get it all organised.
Yeah, because you're gonna have to leave those overnight. Because
Yeah.
or you need to start super early in the morning and you'll be done by super late.
Yeah.
And
Which
you also
involves
need to
hall hire.
don't you need to also uh go over like what rules you're gonna use as well?
Yeah.
Like because you need some tweaks to the rules, right?
Yeah, we'd do all that shit in advance.
how many points you need to score and all this,
Yeah,
because that's a whole other
can of worms.
yeah. And I realize I've been painting off camera the whole time. Yay,
Uh, One of us has to do it.
that's great.
So, what have you been up to the last 3 weeks, buddy?
Well, same as I'm doing now, which is a lot of Curse City minis. I kept working on. Well, I worked on the weird dude with all the animals. Um, and then yeah, a whole bunch of them. I've just been trying to continue those. I did some rats also yesterday. Just keep trying to get all that painted. Um, and I built a lot of MCP, Marvel
Mm.
Crisis Protocol, because I couldn't be bothered to paint, and so I was looking for something else to do, and I ended up having a backlog of MCP characters, so I decided to just go ahead and assemble them. So I assembled a Mr. Juggernaut, which is freaking huge. Probably the size of Hulk, I would say almost. Um, Mr. Gambit, Rogue, um, Colossus Magic, and then the two uh, Wolverine knockoff, which are X23, I think it's her name, and Badger, Badger.
Mush,
So
mush,
yeah,
mush.
so basically that's pretty much all I've done. Yeah, like I said, I've been trying to just get uh, Curse City done, but man, do I still have so many of them left. It's a way bigger box than it looks when you start going through the all the models. But yeah, right now I'm doing the dwarf, trying to see how far I can get today on the dwarf, and then yeah,
Haradron.
then I am gonna run out of minis that are on bases because I've done my own custom base, which you can find on Etsy if you wanna print them. Um, and so yeah, so I'm gonna have to print some smaller base and a bigger base, and because right now they're all on
32s?
32s,
32s?
32s, yeah, 32s, and then I need to do the 25
Yeah.
and the bigger one, which are
Radicar's
gonna
on
be
a
like
60? Or is he on
yeah.
a 40? He's on a
That's a
40.
good
He'll be on a 40,
question.
won't he?
Yeah, I think he's on. I think they're 40. The only one that's on the 50 is this guy, like the ginormous.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
This guy is on the.
The
I think
Vogskin.
he's on the 50. What is it? 55 or 50 or is it just 50?
Uh,
Is it a round number?
60
Not
is
sure.
the next one up,
Yeah, so
normally.
it is probably on the 60. But yeah, other than that, the rest of them, yeah, the most of this is the thing is like most of those guys, like all the bats and the the markers and the zombies, like the dead, Walking Dead, and all this, they're all on smaller base. Like they're all even the soldier, they on the 25.
Hmm.
Is it? Yeah. So all those are on the 25. Then you have the big dudes like this guy, Alucard, the guy with the shovel. All those are on 40s then, right?
Yeah.
And then this guy is on the big one. And I think this is the only one. Oh, and no, one of the hero, the Augur, is also on a 40, I think. So yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at. I need to go ahead and print. Oh, speaking of print, I also did. Um, so I resubscribed to turn-based miniatures
Hmm.
and got their this month's package, or whatever you want to call it, Patreon, and set of STL, and it is basically Payday. You know the video game.
Yep.
So it's kind of like that. So you have bank robbers that are wearing silly masks, and they look pretty good. They look really good. Um, he's gonna be doing this coming month more post-apocalyptic type minis.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to that one. And like more like Zona Alpha type thing. So with gas mask and things like this. So will be great for Zona Alpha. Probably a few will be able to use for my game as well. So I'm looking forward to those. So I'll see. Again, I'm giving him like a couple of months to just see what he's doing. Um, Last time I got a little bit tired of like the delays and stuff that he was having and the repetitive minis that he was doing.
Hmm.
And but now he's saying he's going for quality instead of quantity. So he wants to increase like he's not gonna do he got rid of some of the tier because before you used to have like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, so you had like
Yeah.
one mini for tier 1, 3, 4 minis for blah blah blah, and then as you went you had more minis, but did not mean they were better quality. So it's kind of where that's kind of where he lost me. Because I got like I was like, yeah, no, I'm done, like I'm not gonna spend, it's not doing what I'm looking for. So that's kind of where I was at, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm good. That's it. And so yeah, so now we'll see. Again, like so far, he has a model that he was, like showing in the shadows kind of thing, but look pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to what he's gonna be able to do with those and how he's gonna look. But yeah, so pretty cool. Oh, and then with the bank robbers, of course, you had like bags of cash, vault, a van, like even a STL van.
Nice.
No, so there's it still has the same issue, which he did not like. Jeez, I'm freaking shaking. He released the unsupported minis, but he has not released the supported mini yet. Which I was like, really? Still you cannot. But anyway, so I spent a little bit of time just the van is one big piece. So what I ended up doing is just on the middle of the like at the bottom of the chassis, I actually made a giant freaking square hole so that I can cure the inside super easily
Hmm.
and just reduce a lot the amount of resin that I will need to print that as a big block basically. And yeah, I think it
You're gonna sell a bottom for it separately.
no, it's just like the whole car, like the whole truck has the bottom is like this big where you have
Think
the chassis and everything, and
didn't
in
get
the
the joke.
middle. What?
You didn't get the joke.
I didn't get the joke. What did you
No.
say? What was your joke?
Uh,
I'm
the
gonna
the last tank from workshop didn't have a bottom, did it?
the last tank were for workshop. Who's that? Game Workshop? They didn't
Yeah.
have a bottom.
Yeah. The
Oh, I
Rogel
didn't
Dawn
know.
tank. The Rogel Dawn tank for Astra Militarum doesn't have a
Oh,
bottom.
okay. So yeah, well, you see, if I don't have that information, I cannot.
Oh, this was many months ago, my friend. This was many months ago.
But anyway, so yeah, so I spent some time doing that, preparing the other ones also because again, no no supported version, so I ended up supporting my own version. Don't get me wrong, what's it called? Lychee, yes, Lychee slicer is really good, and you could you can pretty much like support one plate within 10 minutes. You're supposed to be, yeah, like you place them, you turn them, you orient them and everything, and you should be done in about like 15 minutes for a plate. When you start making holes and stuff, that's when it starts taking a bit more time. And also when you start going back and say, hey, just give me the rundown of where there's, you know, like unsupported islands and blah blah blah, and then you go back. And but yeah, it's it can be a tedious process. It wasn't that bad this time around, but yeah, the minis are okay. They don't have holes, which is good because some of them where you get them, um, they have holes in the file, and then they show as red in lychee slicers, and then you need to, you know, correct them and blah 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 and all this. So yeah, it's a for sure it's a process, you know. But yeah, it's so it wasn't too bad, and I think yeah, it's I will see. I have not fired the printer yet, but I definitely will. All right, so this guy is all freaking metal. So am I just gonna do metal all over the place, pretty much?
Mhm.
I'm just gonna do a
He's
layer
he's
of
he's in an engine suit.
in a what?
Engine suit.
Okay, cool.
While you
I
do that,
can
I'll do the shout outs.
go for it.
So, apologies if I didn't get you, but this is the ones that I saw. We've got on the Twitters, we've got Uwu Rain Uwu on 365 days, 1 year. Good job. Big thumbs. Rogue Blather
Nice.
on 800 days. Matakishi on 1,200 days. And Mox Amber 26 on 300 days. Small
Good
quiet claps
job.
for you guys.
Yay.
On Instagram, we've got Paint.less.minis, who is not doing that and is on 600 days. We've got Techamania _ who is on 600 days. We've got Orkhobbystreak, who is doing lots of orcs, 300 days. Silthorn _ hobby on 800 days, along with Samsmahel on 800 days, and Hive _ fleet _ chrysalis on 200 days.
Good job, people.
Good job.
Woot woot. Woot woot.
Woot woot. Yeah. So I'm painting today. We didn't actually do that. You just went, I'm painting this guy. I'm painting this. This is a Space Marine.
Wait. Okay.
Space Marine Praetor. This was printed by Gator 3D Printing. Got their business card here, so I'll just show that.
Okay.
They are an event sponsor for Attrition Gaming, who ran the event that I went to. And they handed this sculpt
Model.
out for the people who won Best Painted.
Okay,
And
cool.
they did a Moritat, a guy with 2 pistols, for the people who won favourite opponent. So the guy who won Best Painted Traitor was one of the guys I went out to dinner with on Saturday. So after everybody had given everything out and we were on the way home, I went, ooh, can I have a look at that? That looks cool. So he went, oh, can I have a look at yours? So we swapped.
Nice.
And he went, can I have that? And I was like, only if I can have this. he went, sold. So I've
Nice.
got the best painted model for my shittily painted Iron Warriors, and
And
he's
he's
got the best
got
opponent for his very well painted Night Lords. So
nice.
this is the world that we've come to.
Well, that's good. That's always good. Well, and like I was saying, well, I'm just painting a dwarf
Yeah,
in a suit.
yeah. So the Caradron live up in the skies, so they have atmospheric suits to keep the atmosphere all atmospheric.
Okay.
If that makes
Oh,
sense.
is that the people with the flying?
Sky dwarfs. They've got sky boats.
Yeah, the flying ship with like some weird
Yeah,
uh like it's a mix between an actual sail ship and a
steampunk
um
airship type thing. Yeah,
yeah, airship. Yeah, that's what I was
yeah.
looking for. Cool, cool.
That's them.
That's not gonna work if I'm doing this. I can tell you right now, it's not going to work.
It's not going to work.
No.
Oh,
So why am I continuing? I don't know. I need to do the opposite. I need to start with the gold and then put the thing. So back to gold. All right, cool. So you
right.
have a first look I saw on your thing.
Yep. So this is going to be part of the Warhammer Fest discussion.
Uh-huh.
So we're going to have a brief chat about Warhammer Fest, and then we're going to switch back to being positive and have a look at all the Golden Demon stuff. Because I really don't like being negative about stuff all the time. It's not my vibe.
No. Yeah. No, but I mean, it's not your fault. You know,
No.
you cannot be positive about something that's crappy. You know,
Yeah.
it as much as you can. You can find some positive in the whole thing. You know, be like, oh yeah, it was like this happened and this happened. It wasn't that bad and blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, if it's crap, it's crap. You know,
Yeah.
nothing else you can do.
No.
So tell
So
us about.
Warhammer Fest was 4 days this year. Um, so it started on the Friday, the bank holiday weekend, and then basically main event was
So
Saturday, Sunday.
for the normal people out there, bank holiday is a weird shit they do in the UK where they don't work.
Yeah,
No,
unless
I'm just saying
unless you're
because
me.
it's. Oh yeah, well you know it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, you had
most people have the days off.
you also had Labor Day, right?
No, we don't have Labor Day.
Like the 1st of May was your bank holiday
It's normally the first Monday in May.
because the May 1st, well, around the globe was just
Yeah.
uh Labor Day basically, except the US, of course.
So what was I saying? Yeah, 4 days. Main event basically was Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
So I went up on the Sunday
Mm-hmm.
with my brother. We got up at something like 5:45 in the morning for a 3.5 hour drive
Again, yeah, not yeah. I'm
because
always up at that time anyway. So.
this year they've had it in Manchester,
Ooh.
which is
Ooh.
actually in the north, as opposed to the previous times they've had Warhammer Fest in person. It was in Coventry. Before that, it was Games Day, and those were generally at the big convention centres in Birmingham. So
So different this time
it's
around.
different this time. Manchester Central was
Why? Do they know
why?
why? Do you know why?
I'm assuming that
Cheaper,
Manchester Central is actually a bigger convention space.
which didn't help apparently, but okay.
I'm not sure that was what the problem was,
No, yeah,
and
no.
I'll get to that.
I think it was, yeah. Okay, keep
Yeah.
going. So,
So basically, it's an ex-central train station.
cool.
So the building itself was lovely. It's great. Um, start doors opened slightly earlier than they were advertised, so we
Which
didn't have to
is
queue to
good.
get in, which was fine.
Okay. No, it was a question. Like, was it
Yeah,
good? Is to say,
yeah,
so it's good. Okay.
because
No,
it
it's
was it
just
was kind of
okay.
rainy that weekend, so didn't want to
Oh yeah,
particularly have to queue
to
outside in
wait
the
in the
rain to
rain.
get
Yeah,
into the
yeah,
conversation
yeah.
centre.
That
Um,
would suck.
managed to actually find somewhere to park on the site, which was, I mean, they charged me £20 for it afterwards, but
Yeah,
that's not workshop's fault. That's
the
basically
city.
what you get charged for parking at convention centres all day.
Yeah, which
Um,
again, not too bad
that's not too bad.
when you consider some location what they charge
Basically,
for it.
what you get charged to park at the XL in London all day for Salute. So,
Yeah, same,
um,
same difference.
yeah, we went in. There was a massive queue for people who were doing last minute Golden Demon entries, and that was a queue that was at the front. There was a massive queue for the Hangout and Paint and the Hobby Challenge area. They had big statues everywhere of the new Terminator for the new 10th edition launch box, and loads of Tyranid tentacles coming up out of the floor. So that was kind of neat on the way in.
Cool, cool.
The backdrop that they had on the go into the convention center, and there's basically a T junction to split off to go back round to get in. The backdrop of that was they had a regular human-sized silhouette, and they had a selection of different 40k models, like blown up to actual size. So you
Damn.
could stand
Okay,
next
cool.
to that and go, "This is how big I would be compared to a Baden as a spoiler, an Imperial Knight, etc., etc., etc."
Okay, cool.
Funny thing about that is, I saw one of the heavy metal guys on Twitter take a photo of
Yeah.
that and go, "Wasn't expecting to see something I painted blown up to that big, but here we go. Can see all the imperfections in it. It looks fine. It looks fine. It's an
Yeah, it
heavy
looks
metal
fine
paint
because
job.
they're fuck. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, you take a regular paint job, you blow up twice already, and it
Yeah,
looks like shit. You take one of their paint job, you blow it 20 times, and it still looks good. So yeah,
yeah.
that's the difference.
So we sort of wandered around just to see what was going on and where everything was, just get ourselves orientated. There
Can
was
you manage to play any games?
they had a map handed out when you went in, but it's just easier to just see where everything is yourself.
Yeah, yeah, for
Um,
sure.
the night before, I had seen that somebody had put out a box of an unannounced event model
Oh,
that nobody knew anything about. So I went basically straight to the shop to see if I
try
could
to
find
find it.
that.
Did
Uh,
you find it?
and segue onto the shop. The shop was an absolute disaster.
And here we go. That's where
So
the problem.
previous Warhammer fests have had the shop as a basically a semi closed off area.
Okay.
So you queued to get into the you queued. There was an entrance way
Hmm.
to get into the shop area. You picked up what you wanted, and then you went through to the
Cash register.
a separate queue to get to the cash machines, tills, and that was fine. That was
Register.
organised. They previously had somebody on like the the Forge World section, who would go and find your kits, and if they didn't have them, they'd help you fill out an order form so they could send them to your house free postage. They had all the Black Library stuff out,
Yeah,
so you
so
could pick all the books up. This was
it was, yeah, it was well organized. This one was not
this
at all
was
like that.
a selection of racks that were just in an area open to the floor. So you could have just walked past, picked a load of stuff up, put in your bag, and kept going.
Okay.
There was a small selection of Forge World stuff for Horus Heresy in boxes on a table that you just had to sort of rummage through. And then you had to walk. There wasn't even advertised where the queue was to pay. So you had to sort of wander around a bit and go, oh, this is the queue to pay. Queue up around there to pay.
Damn.
And even worse, the queue was about 6 foot away from the display cases that they had the new 10th edition 40k models that had been announced on the Saturday in. So there's a crowding
So
around
it
there,
was
so to
fucking
people to
crowded
look
like
at
crazy,
that.
yeah. While you're
Those
trying
were
to pay for your things.
Those are about a foot
Nice.
away from the edge of the area where they had the 10th edition starter trial games.
Okay.
So you just couldn't get through that alley.
Yeah, that's
At
pretty
all.
much. Yeah, that's pretty much what I heard. Like it was just the pathing.
Yeah.
Of the thing was of the whole show was not well thought after.
It was not great. Slightly past. Yeah. Once we got through there, paid for the stuff we wanted to pick up. Not the event model that hasn't been announced. It still hasn't been announced, by the way. People have bought it. People went to Warhammer Fest and paid for this model that wasn't announced and wasn't supposed to be out.
Nice. So you never found it?
No, it wasn't out.
So
I think they had one box got put on their inventory for Warhammer Fest by mistake. Somebody put it out by mistake,
and then they went, no, check it out.
And nobody manning any of the tills noticed.
Well, aren't those people supposed to know what they're doing?
I don't think the people manning the tills are actual.
No, but like the people that put it out.
stuff.
The people that put it out, like, so you think that even the people that like doing all the putting all the stuff out and all these things, they actually don't even know what the fuck they're doing?
Well, a lot of the people manning the event are community staff, so they're basically in the marketing department. So they've seen all these models already.
Yeah, so knowing what's been announced and not been announced, blah blah blah. Yeah,
no comprehension of what's been announced versus what's actually out, versus what they've seen that is going to be announced.
So when are you getting a job with GW, dude?
Oh, absolutely never.
Dude, you know more than they do.
Yeah, but they pay you shit.
True.
They give you peanuts, and you work for Games Workshop. Is what they top your salary up with.
Oh yeah, so they're like, hey, you just have the privilege of working for us.
Yeah,
kind of bullshit.
So
that sucks.
After we did that, we had a brief mooch up and down the tournament area. So about a third of the main hall was given over to various tournaments that they were running. So we just had a brief wander up and down like the main aisles, not like between the tables. Just have a go. That looks interesting.
That's nice. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's nice.
After that, we decided we were going to go try and have a look at Golden Demon. So we went back over to the Golden Demon cabinets and couldn't get anywhere So previous games days and Warhammer Fests we've been to, when we've got to the Golden Demon cabinets, there's been like a sort of a scrum around the cabinets. But there's somebody in advance has picked a direction, and the scrum just sort of slowly moves like clockwise or counterclockwise around the cabinets.
Yeah, depending on who started the whole thing. Yeah.
So you
Nice.
kind of get a bit of time to look at everything. But you are
Not at all this time.
like the weight of the crowd is sort of moving around a bit. We were stuck looking at Age of Sigmar large models for about 5 to 10 minutes. So we decided that we were going to do something else with our lives. And we left. Excuse me. So we then, that's when we went and queued up for the paint your own pins. So we painted the pins. Then we went and grabbed some food. The food was not great, but it's a convention center, so what can you expect?
Yeah, you're not expecting fine cuisine, that's for sure.
We watched the Horus Heresy reveals and the Old World reveals on my phone in the food court because couldn't be bothered queuing up to get into the auditorium. After that, we watched that was the Age of Sigmar reveals. We watched the Age of Sigmar reveals on a TV in the main hall on silent because they didn't have the sound for any of the Twitch streams actually added to the TVs. So you just got to look at the models.
So you had the TV like in the hall, but you could
three or
not...
four TVs around the hall displaying the Twitch stream. So they were covering a 40k the 40k tournament, and when the reveal streams happened, they'd switch over to the reveal stream. But there's no sound on any of it.
Okay.
Not that you'd have been able to hear it anyway.
That's a bit, well, I guess, in a convention center, there's no point in having
we stood and watched the AOS reveal. Had another bit of a wander around. The queue to try out 10th edition, every time we walked past it, was at this sign. If you're past this sign, then the average wait time is going to be 3 hours. Mark.
Shit.
So we went, maybe not. Better things to do with our lives.
Yeah. No shit.
Went and sat down in the food hall. Watched the Horus Heresy Age Old World reveal on my phone because there wasn't a TV in the food hall to watch. So that was sounds dumb, but
Yeah.
After that, got up, had a walk around, went back to the game's Golden Demon cabinets to see if we could see anything. Couldn't. That's where we met up with Ashlyn.
Yeah, so you
got to see Ash. Gave Ash a hug. Gave her and her partner a party hat because I had a party hat on all day, and a big rosette that I'd put Hobbystreak Day 2000 World Champion on. So every time I walked past somebody, they went happy birthday, and I got to give them the good word about Hobbystreak.
Cool.
Most of them didn't run away when I started talking.
Well, yeah, they're in the trade.
Yeah. I had a nice conversation about that with the community guys for the Warhammer 40,000 Tacticus mobile game.
Cool.
And they went, wow! So I just sort of talked at them for a while.
Cool.
Gave Ash a hug. Saw Ash Ash's miniature over the shoulders of like 4 other people, so didn't get a chance to actually see it
See it.
up close in person. But I've seen all the
So she
pictures,
did
and it looks
get
lovely.
a and she did get a
She ended up getting a finalist pin in the
pin,
end.
which is that her first entry ever?
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck. Nice. Yeah. So yeah, awesome. She is, yeah. This is what I
Phenomenal.
told her. I'm like, I cannot wait to see her Slayer sword piece. And she's like, oh, it's gonna be years. I'm like, you fucking kidding me? You started painting what 2 years ago? Not even, and she
Yeah.
already is finalist pin. And yeah, I mean, come on. If
No,
she doesn't get
when I saw her, I was like, right, have you practiced? Have you worked? Got done your arm lifts
lifting
for
up, yeah,
holding that sword, because it's a real sword and it's fucking heavy. She's like, oh no 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 no. I was like,
it's
no.
coming. You need to start working on that. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if she gets a golden demon next year.
The,
She's
the
yeah,
the general quality of like everybody that
fuck
we
yeah,
actually saw was just through the roof.
yeah.
So yeah,
No, I'm not worried that she'll make a name for herself in there.
yeah, she'll get there.
Yeah, it's
Her partner's model diorama was actually amazing as well. Got to see that.
yeah,
Um,
cool.
even though it broke.
Yeah, I saw that the parrot like fell or something, right?
Yeah,
Which yeah, that's what I heard. Like you can pack it as much as you want, and you
yeah,
need to like it needs to be
yeah. The judges still are going
fidiki,
to take it out of the cabinet. Well, you've got to give it
no
to
fidiki.
the staff. The staff are going to put it in the cabinet. The judges will get it out the cabinet a couple of times to look at it. So it's got to survive being handled.
Yeah, for sure.
And
But
like
yeah, cool.
that, there's a fine line between um, it's going to be intricate and the judges should handle it better. But yeah,
Yeah, it's difficult. I'm sure.
yeah. So like after we met Ash, we sort of wandered around a bit and went, "There's really nothing to do." So we could have queued up for the live in-person laser tag kill team experience. Didn't feel like it.
Okay,
We'd both at this point it was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and we'd been up
I'm
since
done.
half
Yeah,
past 6 in the morning. So we were.
and you're like, yeah, I'm
I
ready.
turned and I looked at my brother and went, "Go home, mate. I could go
Are you
home right
done?
now." And
Are you done? Cause I'm done.
he went, "Yeah, pretty sure I'm done." So we made the executive decision to go home early because
Yep.
once we got home, we still had to get Toby back from where I live to where he lives, and that's an hour and a half from my house.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. So that's another drive.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
made
So
the
meh.
executive decision to leave early, which meant that I could drive home in the daylight. Um, I could, when we stopped to get food at the halfway point, I could have a little bit of a nap, bit of a shut eye to make sure I didn't run myself off the road, stuff like that. But
But basically the whole thing was a meh.
yeah,
If I
so
understand.
like previous Warhammer Fests and Games Days, um, they had the actual studio staff out,
Yeah.
so you could talk to and interact with the people who actually made the things. But
Not this time.
we're in the I'm proud to be part of the team that did this thing only hands sort of era, where we're not
They don't
actually
put the name of the
we're not
sculptors,
putting
and they
we're
don't.
put
Yeah.
not putting names and faces on things.
Because it's the GW family that you're so
It's
proud to be part of that they can fucking
The
yeah,
Games
yeah,
Workshop Design Studio,
which is
and
bullshit.
this, that, and the other. Yeah,
It's someone. It's someone. It's someone's work. It's someone's.
yeah,
Ugh. At least for this, like if you look at Atomic Mass games
yeah,
lately, like every time, he says, "Oh yeah, this," and last time there was the sculptor that was there, blah blah blah, and also like the engineer, like the guy that has to cut the freaking model to make it fit on the sprue and all this,
yeah,
like they were there in person and all this, and you're like, yeah, they should be recognized. It's, yes, there is the artistic direction and all this crap. Well, not crap, but yes, there is executive decision made by, what direction are they gonna use to do this and this
yeah,
to start with, and then like once they review what the people have done, and
yeah.
so there is
And
the whole
a
the
lot
whole
of their,
process.
their
But
sculpting is done digitally as well. So they've got, I'm
yeah,
assuming,
no, yeah, for sure,
they've
yeah,
they've they've got like a digital parts library that they just kit bash the new models together out of, and then they tweak and pose it. But still, the
yeah,
the individual person who has bashed it together that way and then tweaked it and posed it that way.
yeah, they should be, like I say, yeah, they
Yeah,
should be recognized a bit more, but yeah.
yeah. So like previous games days, I'd spent a bit of time wandering around the studio area, like seeing all the new stuff out and chatting to the designers about, what inspired you to do this
Yeah,
this way, what kind of influences. Oh, that's really cool how that goes together. I like how that harks back to this X older model, etc., etc. So there was none of that. So
yeah,
one of
it's a
the
bit
guys,
sad.
from my club went for all 4 days, and I'm like, I
How the fuck did you spend 4 days
when
there?
it was 2 days, I was I only went for one, and I was bored halfway through that one day. So I don't know.
So unless you spend 4 hours trying to play the fucking
Yeah,
demo, I don't see why you would spend that much time in there.
no.
But yeah.
So yeah,
Well, disappointed. Yeah. Well,
on to happy things. We're going to look at some Golden Demon.
let me do a little bit of highlighting. There we go. Well, not too bad, the gold and the silver on this mini, so I'm happy about that. And that's probably gonna be it for today. Alright, let me rinse that
Rinse the brushes
and
off.
doink, grab. Doink, 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 doink. Golden Demon at Warhammer Fest 2023 winner revealed.
Winners revealed.
Alright, single miniature gold, Maxime Penaud. Again? I know him.
Yeah,
He's won some other.
yeah.
It's again, it's disgusting. So great
So
paint
that's
job.
a kit bash as well. So that's not a standard kit.
It's disgusting. So yeah,
Yep.
it's a good paint job because it's supposed to be disgusting.
Second UK Golden Demon in a row. Maxime Penaud has
Yeah,
taken gold.
yeah.
Andy Wardle won silver, and Jose David Gonzalez Ramos won bronze. So
I
I've
like
not
his.
actually seen either of these two models yet myself. So let's have a look at
I
those.
like the I like the Necron, and then the other one is
A Grey Knight,
yeah,
some non-metallic silver.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's all right.
I
Okay.
think that one is the cloak.
Yeah, yeah. I see the threads and well the fur
Yeah,
kind of looking thread paint. All right. Warhammer 40,000 large model. Holy
Sten
schmoly.
Froden with an avatar of Cain
Yeah,
that is
nice.
literally burning from the inside and red non-metallic metal.
Cool. Yeah,
Pretty
that's pretty
gorgeous.
nice.
Silver Aaron
And then
Clark converted demon prince, looks like.
Oh, I like the colors. I like yeah, that's pretty cool.
And bronze Balakor the Dark Master by Valentin Colom.
Yeah, he should have pushed the wings a little bit more.
Yeah,
I think if he had pushed the wing a bit more, I mean, that
I
is
like the sword
gorgeous. Yeah, no, and this is why
and the
I'm saying
base.
is like, yeah, his his wings are nice, but I think that they're like the main feature
Mm.
on that model. They're so big, he should have pushed them a bit more, and he probably would have won maybe silver or gold if he had. Because I mean, the rest of it is just freaking gorgeous. Yeah, it's awesome, awesome model.
40k squad.
Okay, some orcs, nice.
Orc freebooters.
Nice colors. Then Frodin, we saw him before also.
Yeah, with some Chaos Space Marines. I cannot see that large enough to look at.
Is that are they all true metallic or?
That's true metallic.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
At least it looks like true metallic from here.
Damn, the bronze one is.
The bronze, that's all non-metallic.
Sorry. And yeah, no, it's nice.
Marcus Wordinger.
Yeah, cool. 40k vehicle.
Craig
That's a nice.
Pickup. It's a Predator tank, Death Guard Predator tank for Horus Heresy.
That's all beaten up and cracking everywhere. That's
Yeah,
pretty cool. Nice.
fantastic weathering on
Vehicle
that.
silver.
Richard Marlowe with an Alpha Legion Contemptor Dreadnought. And
Okay.
bronze is Gregor Pilarski with a Crassus Armored Assault Transport.
Nice. Yeah. Cool. All
So
right.
yeah, they're very nice. Do
Age
like the
of Sigmar
diorama
single.
and the weathering
Yeah,
on the
that's pretty
Crassus.
cool. Single miniature gold.
Albert
Albert.
Moretto font. Got gold single miniature with an elf prince.
Yeah, pretty nice. Pretty cool.
Silver was David Aroba with a Ogre Blopelt Hunter. And Angelo Gicello won bronze with Goddess Steel Soul.
I like the silver.
So
The
Angelo
bronze is pretty
Gicello
cool
has
too.
won multiple Slayer swords, so
Yeah,
it's a good standard. I like what he's done with the base on Goddess
yeah,
as well.
that's pretty cool. Age of Sigmar large model.
David Aroba with a Khorne Demon Prince.
Yeah, you see the wings on this?
Yep.
They're how much you see? Like that's what I was talking about. Like
Yep.
if he had pushed the wings that much on the other model, it would have won. His wings were too like you see this one you can see like from the shadows to there is a lot more shadows in it, and I think that if he had pushed the wings that much on the other one, he would have won for sure. Because I think the rest of his model was top notch. But cool. And yeah, that's nice.
Silver was Nicholas Mortensen.
Ooh, that skin is nice.
It's Dexessa.
Yeah, that's
And
pretty cool.
Johan Ledek with bronze with a Spirit of Durthu. And I think this is one of the ones I actually got to see. Was this
Cool. Wow.
Durthu.
That's nice. I like it.
Very cool.
Nice.
Age Sigmar unit gold was Roger Axelson with some
I like the
props
trolls.
and squeaks.
They're trolls, right?
Trolls are trogs, yeah.
Trogs, yeah.
Trogs is what we call them in AOS land, but they are trolls when they were in
trolls, yeah.
fantasy battles. So
Unit silver.
you'll see David Gonzalez Ramos again with some Putrid Blight Kings, Wormspat, and bronze was some Blood Bowl Black Orcs by Johan Philipson, which look
checkered pattern,
really
yeah.
cool.
The checkered pattern is pretty cool. All right, cool. Diorama battle scene.
On our
Oof,
Lazaro with Mephiston versus some Zinch horrors.
coming out of fire and yeah, with
Object
the
source lighting for
yep,
days.
OSL everywhere. Fuck, that's nice. All right, cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Diorama, the other one.
Silver is
Oh, I like it.
ash
I
wastes.
really like.
So
Yeah,
it's one of the locust things just parked up and somebody having a breath.
yeah. It the color and everything really fits with that world.
Yeah, it's very like
That's really
washed
nice.
out and
Yeah,
grubby.
no, yeah. It looks like it could be like a like a comic book, not
Yeah,
comic book. Uh, like that's the thing, not a comic book because the colors are so like those.
yeah,
But anyway, so yeah, your drawings like it should be could be a drawing. Oh, this one is pretty cool too. The bronze one,
yeah.
nice
So that's some Warhammer Underworlds models, and
with a lot of OSL too. Yeah,
yeah,
pretty cool,
it's
nice.
not so much OSL as that there's a big strike mark where the Stormcast have landed, and there's
Well, there's
some
a
slight
like the
glow from the ghosts.
OSL from the ghost. You can see it
Yeah,
like the way they are painted. I really like it. Yeah, cool.
it's very neat.
Duel. Oh, that's pretty
Mateo
cool.
Go is
Like
a
that's Saint
Empire
George.
Knight. Yeah, it's Empire Knight versus a something or other.
That's literally Saint George.
Yeah,
Nice.
so that is as well true metallic on the armor on that. So
Yeah,
uh, dual
pretty
silver
cool.
Victor Vera with Baird's Revenge.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's some non-metallic.
Yeah,
And bronze Anthony Smith, a word bearer versus an Elder Autarch,
nice.
which is very snazzy. They spent a lot of
Middle
work on the
Earth.
bit of terrain that he stood on there as well. It's quite nice. Lucas Pina, 1 gold for Radugast the Brown.
Middle Earth. Yeah, that's pretty cool. What is that one?
Frederico Rova runs silver for the Prancing Pony
Shopkeeper.
Barkeep. And Jose David Gonzalo Ramos got his 3rd Golden Demon for Gandalf the White and Peregrine took on horse.
Yeah,
Which
cool.
is very nice. And
Small
the way he's
scale.
blended the different whites together so it doesn't all look just like one colour.
Yeah, yeah.
And the fur that
There's
he's
there's
painted
some
onto
pink.
the
There's
horse.
some pink in it and
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah. There's some
painted
brown
for
and
fur on.
pinks and yellows and yeah, it's actually pretty impressive. Yeah.
Small scale.
That's a nice one.
Matt Kennedy
Checker
with an
pattern and everything.
Orc bomber.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Mega bomber. Sebastian Coll with a
Very clean.
Eldar machine.
Very, very
Void
clean.
Phoenix, I think.
Yeah.
And Calais
Oh, I like that one.
Larton Marquis with an Imperial bomber. Little diorama scene there.
Cool. Yeah.
So this next one, we
Youngblood.
actually
Yay.
got to see 2 or 3 full cabinets of Youngbloods before we got pushed out of the way. And we
That
saw
first
this
one. Holy shit.
Youngbloods is under 16s.
Fuck.
This guy was in front of us in the scrum round when we went, oh, that looks amazing. We'd be surprised if that doesn't win. And his mum turned around and went, oh, that's my son who painted that. He's right here. And we went, Jesus Christ, that's
Dude.
amazing.
Fuck. Nice. Yep.
Yep.
God.
Daniel Swart, hats off to you. Caleb Brewer won silver for Lucius the Eternal.
That's nice.
Or Captain Lucius, before he was Eternal.
Yeah.
And Yusuf Wanakula Surya won bronze for some manga squigs, which are all really absolutely cool. Fantastic.
Yeah.
The open competition is where staffers, Games Workshop staffers can enter as well. There's a lot of personally sculpted stuff in here.
I
So
like
I do
the
not believe that
magic
this is
boar.
an actual model that Games Workshop produced, but it's set in their IP, so you can allow it.
The boar is fucking amazing.
It's just,
Like the skin and
yeah.
everything. Yeah. Shit. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Let's see the Darren one.
Darren Latham, the man, the myth, the legend.
Damn. Yeah.
He 3D printed the diorama that they're all stood on.
Just that it's painted like the rock is painting so well.
He's got a little
Shit.
tutorial on his Instagram on
How
how
to
to
do it?
do the quick a quick way to do that marble, but
Oof.
not quick, but a way to do that marble effect. Have you just looked
Man.
at that bust?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shit.
that's amazing.
Oh. Holy crap. That's pretty nice. Oh, and then the Slayer sword was done one? Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Eh.
Out of all the people who won gold,
No. Out of all the people who won gold,
yeah,
dude, I'm going back, but fuck, I don't know. I like the large model Age of Sigmar. I think is better than this.
which
And
one was that? Which one was that? Yeah, okay.
yeah, and I think the flaming dude also looks better.
The dual model.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I think yeah.
We'll get you over to be
I
a
really like
judge
the I
for
really
the
like the
next gold
Saint
demon.
George. Like I really like the Saint George one. Like
Yeah.
the dual gold. Like yeah, I don't know. It's yeah. It's so reminiscent of the thing. So yeah, I don't know.
Right.
Not the
Link.
one I would have picked, but yeah,
Next
I
link.
can understand. Yeah.
Part one
All
of the
right.
commended entries. They've not put part two up, so we're just going to look at part one.
Commanded entries.
So
Okay.
basically, the people who got through to the final round but didn't win gold, silver, or bronze.
Is she
You
in
get
there then?
you get a little card for commended entry, and you get a pin
Oh,
for
and
being a
then you get a
finalist.
pin for.
So finalist, and then commended entry, and then
All right. Commanded entry. Let's
I've not
go.
seen literally any of these yet. So
Dwarfs. Looks
oh, that's quite
cool.
nice. I
Yeah,
like
I
the
like that one.
OSL on the sword,
Sword, yeah,
like the
that's pretty
bright
cool.
point of light
Uh,
where it's come through.
Single mini.
Horus,
Uh, yeah, that's pretty nice.
that's amazing. Like the glow on his
Yeah,
face as well.
yeah.
I
That looks cool.
I'm now trying to work out where that's converted from because that's a chaos version of Primarch Perturabo of the Iron Warriors. So I think
That's clean.
that's based off of Horus,
Uh,
the old Horus model, and some extra gubbins on that. But okay. Single mini commended John Geraghty.
that's nice. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, that's the skeleton inside the friggin' thing. That's cool.
Yeah. T-Bolt Ram. Oh, that's gorgeous.
That's nice. That's really nice. Yeah.
That's gorgeous. I love that.
Huh.
Martin Peterson.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it needs to push more. Is non-metallic red. I
Yeah.
think it didn't push it enough. And the contrast on the
Stefano.
cloak for sure.
Stefano Lacconi.
Two semi colors,
Yeah. Same sort of thing.
but nice.
Put
Oh,
push
nice. Next
DNMM a
one.
bit too much.
Yeah, yeah. Next one, I like it.
Jorge Ora Castellano.
Yeah,
Oh, that's very cool.
yeah, that's really nice. Cool. Oh, I like that one.
Coach pretty cool. I think that
Special.
one suffers from being against a white background. But
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, you should have put a backdrop on it,
yeah.
like a desert, like the rock underneath, backdrop in the back,
Mm,
like a desert scene kind of thing.
mm.
Would have, yeah, for sure. Next one.
It's the
Oh,
Warhammer Plus model.
yeah. I just don't like the model.
Yeah,
Nothing to do with the paint job.
that's fair.
The model is crap. Choose another model, do the same paint job. It will look so
Age of
much better.
Sigmar single miniatures.
Nice. That one is nice.
Do love a Bastion.
Too clean.
Yeah,
But again, it fits with the. I think it's too clean. You see what I mean? Too
yeah.
white, too clean. If you had made it like better than stuff, because on what he's walking, like you expect him to be better than shit. So yeah. Oh, the next one also is pretty cool.
Ooh, yes.
Nice. Yeah,
The
that's really
It's not
man.
quite non-metallic, but it's sort of pearlescently coloured armor.
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's really nice. The same model again,
Same model
but
again.
somebody
Yeah,
else.
completely different color scheme. Yeah, that's nice.
Still gone for the pearlescent effect on the plate armor though.
Yeah, yeah,
So they just pushed it a
that's
little
pretty
bit
good.
more pinky purple.
Yeah. Next one. That's a giant,
It's an
right?
ogre.
Is he a giant?
It's an
Oh,
ogre.
is it? Oh, it's an ogre.
So that's the ogre that Ash's partner painted, and the
Okay.
parrot is just sort of he sort of separated it all out into a diorama scene rather than a single model.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I like the freehand that he's done down the blade.
Yeah. The skull. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah,
Oh.
Chameleon's king.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very
I
well
like
done
it.
because that's a very small model.
Yeah. Cool.
Uh, got track.
Damn. Yeah. The freehand on it's pretty cool.
Yeah, nice tattoos.
Yeah.
This paint job deserves a Slayer sword. Never contest a judge's decision. So that's a Blood Bowl
Nice.
ref.
Nice.
Nice.
Single. The other
I
one. The
don't
next
know what
one.
that
Eh.
is or where that's from, but it looks neat.
Yeah. All right. Small scale. Let's see. Yeah.
Like the kill
Damn.
banners.
Yeah. And that's a big one. Oh, that's actually pretty cool.
I like how that the plane is skimming the water with one wingtip.
I like the down plane behind, like completely
Yeah,
submerged. Like yeah,
that's
that's
really
pretty
cool.
cool. All right.
Young Bloods. We only
Then
get to see
young
one Young Blood
bloods.
competitive entry, and I can't zoom that in. It won't click on.
No, we neither.
So we're going to peer really
Like
closely, and you can see the top of my head in my
yeah,
painting
no,
up.
yeah, it's pretty nice.
From what I can see, it looks great.
Open competition. Steve Party, man, yeah, that's nice.
Oh, that Space
What's the?
Marine.
Is that a Chaos Space
That's a
Marine?
Chaos Space Marine. That is privately sculpted.
The tentacle thingy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that's actually
it's very
bigger
nice.
than a production model as well.
Cool.
That just looks really
No,
crisp. That looks
the
like it's
next
off
one
the.
is really
Yeah,
yeah.
these last two look like they've just come off the cover of a book.
Yeah.
I like the blending down from the flesh in the middle down to the dark, the end of the tentacles, and that's.
Yeah. Cool. Bust. Fucking A. Holy shit. That's nice.
the subtle weathering.
Damn. And the
I
other one
think
is
that Oryx is actually the production model.
the guy with the hammer.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's the production model, but it looks a lot like the production model, so I'm going to say that it
That's
is.
very cool. Yeah, that's really
I
cool.
like this next one. I got to see this. I actually got to see this one.
Road to Golden Demon.
So
Oh,
that,
is that a miniature of the miniature?
if you look at me, that's about that long
Damn.
by about
Holy
that tall.
shit. That's really cool.
And he's like printed out a load of the boxes and sort of scaled them down,
Yeah. Holy shit. That's really nice.
and
Nice.
that's a partially assembled version of the thing that he's currently
Yeah, the
displaying.
RCRC Lauren there. Damn. Alright, cool.
Uh, I think that's an actual Battlefleet Gothic model.
Nice. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Again, too
Um,
clean, I think, but
that is the 54mm scale Inquisitor Eisenhorn metal model.
okay. That's
Just
nice, yeah.
just pointing that out
That's
because I
nice.
know what it is.
Cool. Well,
Next
that
week we'll be showcasing the cream of a few more categories. So
cool.
um, they've already done 40k single model on this, haven't they? That was the first one. Yeah. So they won't
Yeah.
have Ash.
Alright. Oh, sorry. Well, I'll try to find it and still put it because I think
Yeah.
it's really cool.
Support your friends,
All right.
yo.
Nice. Well, so
News.
any news? Well, so
I'll let
you
you
still
go.
have news
So
after?
I've
Yeah,
got
because
I've
I'm
got lots. I've got basically
well.
all of Warhammer Fest. So
Yeah, I need to go in 20 minutes, so
I will try and be quick.
I'll go. No, I'll go mine fast.
Yeah.
So Shatterpoint, they're coming up with a lot of models. They all look very nice. I don't want to buy it. Oh, and I
Oh,
didn't put the. I thought I put the dual thing, but it looks like I might have inadvertently erased it. Oh, I doubled. It's one of those.
in your
Anyways,
anger, you killed her.
yeah. But yeah, so some like new squads they've been announced. Inquisitor looks pretty cool. Luminia
Gesundheit.
and Lumia. Gesundheit, yeah, yeah. Uh, I really like her, so I think that she's gonna be. Yeah, it's nice. Hello there, of course, with
General Kenobi.
General Kenobi, General Grievous, of course, Konduku, some terrain pack, and they did the dual panel, whatever you want to call. Well, I don't know what they call
Yeah.
it yet, which is Darth Vader and Obi-Wan from the Obi-Wan. Um,
Disney Plus show.
yes, same as the Inquisitor. Inquisitor, they kind of from that as well, because you've got Grand Inquisitor Reva, fifth brother and fourth sister. So yeah, and yeah, it's I mean some of them look cool. Luminara is with the clone commandos, while General Kenobi is with the 200 and is it 12s or 17s? 12th, 212s, and then I know that Anakin is with the other ones, the 50,
501st.
501, 50, yeah. So cool, but yeah, no, they're. I mean, the minis are cool and everything. I think the starter pack is really good value, so it's definitely something I'm looking into. And the terrains are pretty cool too. So the pack I thought came in with the terrain, but actually came in with partially some of those terrains,
Right.
not all of it. So it's like half of one box and half of the other box, which again is still, I mean, overall is still a really great value. So thinking about getting the starter box and then looking at maybe a couple of others. I'll wait and see what they come up with, but I won't buy like all of it.
Yeah.
I'll be very selective for sure as to what I want to buy. But yeah, they look pretty cool. So we'll see what else they come in.
Yeah.
I think I saw the Ewoks might come in,
Ooh,
so as a team as well. So we'll see that that can be fun. Not a fan of Ewoks, so I won't definitely not get it. But I think it's still pretty cool that they're doing that. So yeah, that's it. That's for me.
cool. So my first thing, I literally put lol. Somebody bought a box of
Yes,
unannounced special edition models to Fest, and then put them on sale. So Knight Arcanum, Morden Zane. Stop moving things.
I'm just making it bigger so I can actually see it. It actually looks pretty cool too.
Yeah, like the standard Knight Arcanum looks like ass. She's just stood there with a staff doing that, sort of walking forward a little bit. So
So that's much better.
it's much better. I want that. Please and thank you. Give it to me. Give it to me. I want it now. We got
Uh,
a roadmap for Horus Heresy that goes up until next spring, and there's two halves. There is plastic and resin. So we're getting a plastic Vindicator siege tank. I believe that's already been announced, along with the Imperial Fists, Evander Garius, and Sons of Horus Veren Ashurhadon models, which will be
mhm.
coming with the new campaign book in the spring, so soon.
Okay.
Those are pictured just under the stuff, so we'll get to those in a minute. There's a plastic Knight Lancer, which literally nobody had expected to see. It's just a previous resin Knight kit, which is about that big.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It's quite large. In plastic, and resin characters and upgrades, which
Hmm.
is very vague, but not as vague as
Yeah.
what's coming in the autumn.
A
Resin,
Primark.
Primark. So
That could not be more making
I was
okay.
discussing this with Toby when we stopped for dinner on the way home. Um, this might be like complete tinfoil hat, but all the traitor Primarchs in the timeline that we're currently doing at the moment are demon princes, which would be their demon forms, which currently have plastic models available from Games Workshop through the Citadel Design Studio. So it's unlikely to be any of
One
those.
of those. Yeah.
Um, a lot of the other traitor Primarchs have, at that point in the heresy, fucked off. So it's not
Okay.
likely to be the Lion, because he's just had his resin model was one of the last ones that came out. Jagati Khan was literally the last Primarch to come out before we got the new edition. Uh, Unlikely to be any of them. So if it is going to be one of them, it'll be a new Rogel Dawn, because we've got the new Horus, new Rogel Dawn. So Rogel Dawn's the Imperial Fists Primarch. So that's the two launch armies. I would like it to be a new Perturabo model, because the Perturabo model was one of the original, um, one of the first four Primarch models that came out. The kit's kind of showing its age, and I would like a bigger, more Primarchy looking one, like the Golden Demon model that we just saw. I would like that. In plastic, we're getting more Lords of War, Dreadnoughts, and an Armor Mark update. So Dreadnought is probably going to be plastic Deredeo, which is nice.
Okay.
More Lords of War, with plastic versions of the big tanks, I assume. Armor Mark update is the bit that's really good for me, because the Mark III and Mark IV armor kits are starting to get a bit old. So
Mhm.
it'd be nice to have a bit of love on them, as much as they're doing with the Mark VI stuff.
Right.
Winter plastic, we're getting a mystery army release. Hopefully
And
that's
an assault squad, or is it the same?
and the plastic assault squad, which we'll get to in a minute, and new characters and upgrades. So the mystery army: demons? Question mark. Black shields? Question mark. Shattered legions? Question mark? Something
Who knows?
new that we don't know about. Maybe. Legion Command Squads and melee weapons in plastic next spring, which would be nice, along with new characters and upgrades, which could mean anything. So those will
Yeah, that's
probably
gonna
come along
be.
with some campaign books. So
That's
scrolling down a
super.
bit,
Yeah, that's kind of
we've
like
got
super broad, but
this. The green guy I've got here is
yeah.
the Sons of Horus character for the campaign book.
Okay.
And underneath him is the Imperial Fist character for the campaign book. So after they had finished talking about Horus Heresy, they put a very short teaser up, which says epic things are coming. So they're probably going to make all of this, but really, really tiny, and put foot troops and stuff into Titanicus / Aeronautica scale. So they'll be rebooting Epic 40k or Epic Horus Heresy or whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
We then got a render for the Mark 6 Assault Squad, with the plastic Mark 3 and 4 tacticals revamped coming soon. So I won't be picking up the Mark 6 Assault Lads because I don't like Mark 6 armour. I prefer the look of Mark 3 and Mark 4.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the plastic Knight Cerastus Lancer underneath that. It's going to look really cool. I will try and resist buying one of them. But it's cool, and I want one. But I don't. But I do. But I don't.
It's always the same.
Yeah. Age of Sigmar! Woo! We've got a new roadmap. So the first thing on that roadmap is Battletime Seraphon, which I believe is available for people to have in their hands already.
Okay.
Followed by the first part of the Harbinger's Dawnbringer narrative, part 1, Harbingers. So this is the narrative arc prelude to 4th edition, which is totally not coming out next summer. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Along with the new General's Handbook. But they haven't said that Book 2, Book 3 coming out in the autumn, Book 4 is coming out in the winter. So it's a Sigmar book coming out in the autumn, and an unannounced book coming out in the winter, which I really hope is the Flesh Eater Court's Battle Tome. Which is the last one we're expecting for this edition before unless they're going to surprise us and bring an entirely new army out. We've got the Flesh Eater Courts versus Stormcast Warcry box. Let's have a quick look at those because they look neat.
Yeah, I think I've seen that one. Is that the one I saw?
We saw like a leaked page in Spanish of the Stormcast guys.
Oh no, I did not see that one.
Like last month. They look really neat, and I want them. And if you scroll down on them, you've got the Flesh Eater Courts guys.
Oh yeah,
really cool.
Yeah,
the baboon monkey dog things look weird, and not sure if I like them. But everything else looks fine.
Yeah, they're weird.
Yeah.
They're all really weird, but they make kind of sense. Yeah. Okay, cool.
So I'm going to buy that box because I like all the armies in it.
Yeah,
got the next one down, the Moor Grunter.
That's a pretty impressive model.
It's a large pig with somebody riding it and 2 other orcs on side fighting platforms to hit people. So there's apparently going to be a character version and a non-character version and an unmounted
Cool.
build in the box, so that's going to be sweet. Down from there, scroll, move. There's 4 Warriors of Grim Portent coming with the Dawnbringer's book, so we're going to quickly look at those because I've forgotten. There's the Maggot King of Nurgle, Harbinger of Decay, which is a really nice callback to a classic Chaos model. It's just neat. I like it. You can have it with a scythe or a bell on a stick.
Okay.
The Flesh Eater Quartz guy is playing with some new materials that you don't normally get in the Flesh Eater Quartz sculpts. He looks okay. He's got a double-ended scythe thing. I'll be picking him up out of a sense of misplaced loyalty more than anything else. The Fireslayer guy looks like a Fireslayer. He's got 2 hammers and he's jumping off of something. He looks exactly the same as every other model in the range. I do like the little grot guy who is in a squig skeleton with squig bats flying around him. He looks like a nice creepy little dude, and I'll probably end up picking him up just to paint. They are all coming.
They're showing like in boxes.
They're all coming in boxes, which are Regiments of Renown. You can plug into your armies. Blah 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 blah.
Cool.
If they come individually, then that'll be great. They also showed off the Cities of Sigmar cavalry. The standout from that is one of them has got a snail on the base with legs and a unicorn horn.
A snail?
Yeah. On one of the bases.
Oh, yeah.
Just straight out of like illuminated medieval texts. So we like that.
Nice.
Other than that, it's just standard blokes and horses. So
yeah, they're nice, but yeah, they're basic stuff.
Cool. For the old world, we got a look at the 2 characters which will be in the launch box, and confirmation that models will be returning in plastic, resin, and metal, which is weird. So they've literally just got the old molds out of storage, and they're just going to not bother updating them, and they're going to cast them in what they were cast in before. The Bretonnian and the Tomb King look like a Bretonnian and a Tomb King.
All right.
The literal only thing announced for Lord of the Rings Middle-earth during the weekend was, we've got some stuff coming soon, but we really want to show something from Middle-earth, so here's a diorama one of our sculptors knocked up in his spare time that you'll be able to buy from us soon.
Nice. Well, that's a lot of news. So, yeah.
And that's it.
Cool. How's your dude looking? Because my dude is looking fine. Lots of gold on it.
Quite a bit of the armor trim done. I've got a couple of layers done on the cloak. I've got the first layer done on the sand. And I've got bits of the cabling and the undersuit painted. I need to work out what color I'm gonna paint the fur.
Cool.
Yeah. Apart from that, he's looking all right. There it is.
My dude. So I did a dark purple cloak, which I think looks okay.
Do like a dark purple cloak
with the inside red, so it looks pretty cool. And then lots and lots of gold and lots of silver on it already. But yeah,
show me.
That took a while. Lots of gold.
Put a photo on Discord so I can see it properly.
Well, I will put it on Twitter too. I'll take a picture and put it there. All right. Well, thank you very much, everybody, for sticking out with us. The usual: like, subscribe,
Discord.
comment everything. Discord.
Get on the
Join us
Discord
on
to see
Discord.
better photos
Yeah.
of the stuff that we've been painting.
And then we'll see you in 2 weeks. All right.
For reals this time. Unless we
Unless
don't.
life. Unless life.
Unless we
We'll
don't.
see. All right.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.